So I got tired of not talking about characters in a video game to people who either don't know who they are or like to fight with strangers on the internet, so I made a terrible series to discuss them. Welcome to Hydra's horrible Rainbow Six operator guide. If you hope to learn something useful out of this, forget it. I'm here to make fun of you, make fun of Ubisoft, and most importantly, make fun of myself, because that's how I cope with crippling depression. Everything I say is a lie, even this. You know how every anime has that cool character who isn't the main character but by all rights should be, but he dies prematurely and everyone in the fandom cries about it for years afterwards? Me either, you fucking weeb. Anyway, Thermite is that character. Thermite, aka Jordan Trace, is one of the few hard breachers in the game. Like the rare surfacing beluga whale, it's more of a pipe dream to get to see one in action. Hard breacher's sole job is to make a big fucking hole exactly where the enemy team doesn't want one. He has the 5.56 XI, 11, Z, whatever. Surprisingly in the upper echelons of DPS for attacker ARs, the gun is basically a jackhammer. It feels slow and heavy, but it gets the job done. Well, it would get the job done if anyone actually picked Thermite, or if when they did pick Thermite they didn't die immediately, but that's for later. Every operator in Rainbow Six Siege has a gadget, a special thing that meaningfully sets them aside from other operators. I say meaningfully because if I didn't, someone would scream at me on Reddit about how unique and green their waifu Ella's hair is, or how Lion has a deep and important background or something. Thermite's got two big fuck-off breaching charges called Brimstone BC3 exothermic charges, or as I call them, Dad, you know, since they're never there when you need them. I'm serious, not about my dad, I'm sure I'll be back from the store any day now. But really, if you don't pick Thermite, nobody will. It's like R6 players evolve selective blindness for the most important roles. Thermite is particularly important because unlike a college degree, his Brimstone charges actually open doors. While the enemy team is posting up like an American doomsday prepper with more money than sense, Thermite's chuckling to himself, like the tricky depressive he is. Seriously, the guy's depressed. But to be fair, with the way people play him, I would be too. That is, of course, assuming one of 1,000 different operators weren't preventing from doing so, but that's what your teammates are for, right? Guys? Hello? If you want to pretend we're in Fantasyland for a second, we can pretend we have a Thermite on our team who didn't get AFK picked, spawn killed, rage quit, get team killed, get vote kicked, get banned by battle life for toxicity or cheating, and somehow manages to follow you, the only competent player, to the defender's reinforced walls, and then hypothetically he would place Brimstone, or as most of the imaginationless little shits in the game call them, Thermites, down on the wall, and after about 4 minutes they'll explode, leaving a hole bigger than the void where my self-worth should go. There are a few other hard breachers in the game right now, and surely more to come, but right now one of them shoots explosive confetti and the other one is a peeping Tom who gets uncomfortably excited or on fire. If you want a real big manly hole to stuff all your teammates' thick bodies into with ease, Thermite's your guy. The Brimstone is better at making holes accessible than raw oysters, red wine, berry white, and a 55-gallon drum of lubricant. This is because just one of the two holes he can make are big enough for Montezuma, or whatever the Shields guy's name is, to fit through with this whole body condom on. More likely than not, if you have a Thermite on your team, it's because either you picked him or your team is carrying an unraked silver undeservedly to high gold and he's doing everything in his power not to get voted off the island in favor of the 16-year-old 16 kill per game top fragger who's never heard the word teamwork in his life. Sometimes Thermite gets called a backline operator, and I'm not talking no butts, no cuts, no coconuts back of the line. I mean, he's supposed to blow a big hole in the wall and get out of there. Blow and go, if you will. Actually, don't. Just call him support. You almost always want an ACOG sight on his 5.56 because once you've blown your load and ran as far away as possible in the 4-minute refractory period you had before the enemy team starts firing at the big scary hole like it's the start of World War III, you're going to try to shoot the bad guys. I say try because if our Fantasyland was true up there, it ends down here, and either we've already lost or the top fragger on your team has dealt with the bad guys and is mocking you for your donut. Doesn't really matter though, because at the end of the day, Thermite is like the chubby nerdy kid on the dodgeball lineup. Nobody really wants to pick him, but you know you have to pick him or he won't help you with your geometry homework anymore. Or something. Anyway, you know how to argue with strangers about Thermite now. Don't at me. But if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the subscribe button, and let me know which operator I should do next. And go follow my Twitch channel, where I stream every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and play lots of Siege and other games. Thanks for watching.
Ha! Nice.
Nice.
Pokeball, go!
Nice.
Directly in the face.